Hey guys, Ryan here, bringing on the circle of commentary. It's going to be the second match in Group E of the Ro32 in the Avalon MSL. It's going to be Horang2 up against UpMagic, or Horang2. We're going to have UpMagic at 11 o'clock as the red terran. We're going to have Horang2 as the yellow protoss down here at the 5 o'clock. This is of course on Carthage 3, the two-player map that has been elongated and balanced out a little bit in TVZs. That being, of course, the biggest difference. I believe this is actually the first TVP on this new Carthage 3. I'm pretty sure I am sure about that. And I gotta say, this is actually a matchup I really look forward to because, well, first of all, Horang2's always been known as sort of Mr. Cheese lately, but he can still play a pretty decent, normal game of StarCraft. He's better when he cheeses, honestly, but he's still decent when he plays a normal game of StarCraft. And it's just all gonna come down to whether he'll be able to catch Horang2 off guard or whether he decides to go for a standard game. Honestly, if he goes for a standard game, I believe I'm not really sure if he'll manage to pull it off though, because UpMagic is a guy who, despite being more of an unconventional player, can still play a pretty decent, good standard game of StarCraft, and I think Horang2's skill in the standard game aren't up to par to what UpMagic can do. UpMagic now going to put down his racks, wall off his main, most likely going to get a refinery fairly soon alongside as well to just put down a second supply with a wall off. Just gateway so far up for Horang2. Probably going to see him adding in the simulator, probably going to see him adding in his Cybernetics core fairly soon. Stats wise, Horang2 is about 50 at this matchup, just about 50. I think he has actually one win over, just over 50%, I believe, actually. Well, UpMagic is actually his worst matchup at about 45%, I believe. So yeah, his matchups, really his statistics don't really show the skill of the player, in my opinion. In UpMagic's case, I mean, the guy has been fairly solid. He's beaten some pretty damn strong players. His best result was a semi-final finish in the OSL. I believe it was the Ever OSL. I believe it was the Ever OSL in 2007, and in 2008 you didn't really see much of UpMagic. He was fairly quiet. It's like he had a big lull after probably getting into the semifinals, at which point I believe he got completely owned by Jaedong. Despite putting up a very good fight, mind you, if you can track down those VODs, I highly recommend you do. I know that many of those games were commentated by Diggity. Many other commentators commentated a lot of those games, so you might see around. Cybernetics core now spinning, which means we are going to see some ranged goons coming up. UpMagic sending in his SCV scout, whether that's to put down some cheese or to scout for cheese. We'll see very soon. He is putting down his factory so far. Nothing really non-standard so far, but he does have his SCV just on the left side, just getting to the natural expansion. Gonna try to get by this Dragoon, but don't think it's gonna happen. Horang2. Horang2's microing his Dragoon pretty well. Two more shots. SCV. Oh, SCV does manage to get through. Gets in differently spots. So no scout for Horang2. While UpMagic has a full scout, probably going to lose this SCV very soon, but I honestly believe Horang2 should have been able to prevent that scout with one Dragoon there. Does kill the SCV in time to put down the Citadel of Doom though, so he's going to probably try to go for Dark Templar and try to catch UpMagic off guard. We're going to see how effective that's going to be. UpMagic actually now going for a 1-fact CC, adding in a machine shop as we speak. Most likely going to get down some mines to start off. Perhaps he might go for a tank to try to help defend his new natural, but I honestly believe that's most likely going to be mines. Just has some vultures down in the field, scouting around. And just most likely that's going to be adding in a second factory as we speak. Not seeing the machine shop spitting quite yet, floating his barracks around as well to have his troops an easier way of coming out of his base. Two Dragoons actually now pushing up. Range most likely upgrade for him. One vulture they're spotting. Actually might not have spotted the probe there went to one location. Actually, Horang2 also adding in his own natural expansion. Still has two Dragoons just running around, adding in the Templar archives as well as a robotic facility. So he's probably going to go for a Dark Templar drop. That's probably what he's trying to go for here. UpMagic has a vulture running around. I'm going to see what it tries to get inside for. Almost got it through to the scout. Barely prevented. I honestly think he should have been able to get through there, but not going to happen. The opposite side, UpMagic has a tank alongside a Marine, so Horang2 probably got to spot the natural expansion, but he doesn't really know anything else. He doesn't know the troop count, doesn't really know how many forces UpMagic is going to have, although on the timing of the expansion probably is going to have a little bit of an idea. Academy going up for UpMagic. So he is going to have some scanners, is going to have some comms stations ready just in case this Dark Templar build is going to be coming his way. Producing tanks, he has his machine shop spinning. Let's see what those are for mines. For his sake, I hope it's for mines, and I think it might be propaganda coming through. Not quite sure if it spotted the comms station coming up or not. If he did, then Horang2 probably going to have to be very careful with his drop. This is going to go for here. Try to drop on a position where he can. First Dark Templar now out on the field, adding in his second gateway alongside just now mines planted all over the field by vultures. So this Dark Templar could be in a lot of danger. Just gonna walk on top of a mine right now. Oh, Dark Templar instantly gonna be forced to go back. Loses half of his health just like that. And be forced to move away due to the possibility of huge minefield. So Horang2 doesn't really have much in the way of troops. Scan going off inside of the main. Forge coming down for Horang2. I think Horang2 is just putting down everything he can put down. Only has a couple of Dragoons to really help him defend, alongside just a couple of pylons that he's putting down for blockage. He does have that one Dark Templar alongside all of the probes being pulled off the line. Engineering being put down by UpMagic just in case we can put down turrets, but all the probes have been pulled off the line. Now just one shuttle alongside a Dark Templar and 2 Dragoons to defend for Horang2, and a bunch of vultures with mines and a couple of tanks as well as a marine into defense. So Dark Templar is going to get dropped on top of the forces, but instantly going to get killed, doing no damage whatsoever. UpMagic completely ready with the scan just in time as the Dark Templar gets dropped, so that was completely worthless. Hite Templar actually also being ready. We're going to see whether Horang2 tries to do something with that. The Nexus, however, is going to go down. He's not going to be able to prevent that. So Horang2 has now lost his natural expansion to very good timing pressure from UpMagic, and now he really has going to have a really hard time trying to get back in this game, producing yet another Templar, but there's going to be a scan coming up just in time. The Marine goes down. So he's going to try to use his shuttle to evade, to try to make sure that the Templar doesn't go down. He just has to be very careful as he puts down his forces. Mine goes off, almost hits the Templar, which gets killed due to the scan though. So now the vultures coming in, surrounding the Dragoons. Only 2 Dragoons to help defend. Another pylon coming down. Mines also coming off. So Dragoons being completely worthless. Just that one single shuttle, the only thing really there. Vultures now coming in inside, penetrating, going to be able to take out a bunch of probes. Mine being planted out everywhere. Dark Templar almost get taken down there. Even more mines being planted out just to be able to prevent the Dark Templar. Dark Templar now goes down a couple of vultures alongside, but still those tanks still alive. And one vulture also inside to support. All the Dragoons both go down. One of the Hite Templar gets punched back. He gets a storm up, but does not manage to kill a tank. So 2 tanks alongside the vulture. Still GG coming in for Horang2. Reinforcements of UpMagic's were of course on the way, and after that Horang2 really had no chance. So perfect timing there by UpMagic, completely catches Horang2 off guard, and we're going to see UpMagic and Iris in the winners match in this group. So UpMagic has a chance to, the second MSL in a row, move on to the round of 16. We're going to see what happens. GG guys, ranching out. Thank you for listening.